I recently saw a paper about roads and tolling roads. This is something I've been very interested in these days. Bad roads, bad infrastructure. Like I always say, government does 2% of what needs to be done and then projects that as, look, we have done this much. It's just 2%. If you have done 100 kilometers of road, there is 140,000 kilometers. If you have done 1,000, the longest stretch that I think we're working on right now is Badagry to Sokoto is about 1,000 and a little bit more than 1,000 kilometers. If you have done that, we have 139,000 more roads to be built. So at this pace, if you project and expand, you see that we have a long way to go, and that's why the voices of the smaller people don't get heard. There are many communities where roads are a problem, but they complain and complain and complain, and they stop complaining, and people live decades in bad roads. So the reason why I've been very interested in road infra is because it's an emergency as far as I'm concerned. People should not live like this. And I've been thinking about privatizing or private managing roads differently from what we have been doing. And I read this article, this paper from Zimbabwe that highlighted how tolling has come about over the years in Zimbabwe and comparing it with countries around them, Lesotho, South Africa, and extending that research to the US. And you will find extensive research that goes all the way back. The culture of private roads, 400, 500 years ago was a thing. But in recent times, what you find in a country like Zimbabwe is inadequacy in management of tolls. And this particular part that really, made me want to do this video was that there are inadequacies in how you collect tolls. You have to set up the collection points properly so that there is no traffic, it's fast. There are cases where officials of the toll can be knocked down and people can refuse to pay, they can dodge and quiver or just find a way to run. Those things show that government is still involved in this in a way, and even though they give it to private, there is this relationship that doesn't make private sector people, when they're collaborating with government, to do the best they can because there's some guaranteed money somewhere. So if you exclusively allow, not totally, but to a certain extent, allow it to be regulated as a market, as a product, then a private road manager knows that I have invested billions on this road and it is up to me to design the best technology to ensure that I collect it properly. You may not even need to attach officials. There's already technology that allows cars to scan and there's a payment system that works. This is where you have, tech entrepreneurs who understand the local markets, the local terrain to design products that help you in this area. But if we have not even opened up areas to the level where there is need for competition in things like toll management, toll collection, and things like that, people will never come to that realization. We have heard over time when people advise tech entrepreneurs to stop looking outside and try to solve domestic problems. Some of them don't even know that they can do some things until there is a need, until there is an environment that challenges us to think, how can we fix our gutters better? How can we fix potholes better? If it remains a government business, government will reward bureaucrats and friends and cronies. But if it's a market where a business owner knows what's at stake, then there's competition as to who solves this problem first. I guess that's the point I wanted to make. And of course, in Nigeria, we have some toll roads already. The coastal road, when it's done, I think will be tolled. Ekpe Ijebu, I think also some parts of North Central, we're seeing toll roads coming up. So it might be the future of this gigantic problem that we have. I think after electricity, perhaps roads infrastructure is one of the biggest problems that we have here. And solving those two industries will provide jobs for people.